Welcome to my channel, Comic Book Noise, as we talk about my comic book company, Digital Noise, as we explain the characters and the storylines of the Digital Noise universe. Well, today we are here on part 3 of my similarities of the MCU's Ironheart compared to my character, Delete. And in videos prior, I talked about in part 1 and 2 that the similarities are of Delete, which are they're both African American women. They both are high-level geniuses in technology. They both have the power of magic and technology, and their purpose is to fight demonic spirits. And that was such a strong similarity. I created my comic book in 2004, which came out in August, I think, of 2004. And Ironheart, the comic book character, was made in 2016. And at that time, she just took over the mantle of Iron Man. She had no magical abilities or of technology or anything like that. But again, besides that, they both have a lot of similarities. Oh, and also they both come from the more impoverished sides of a metropolitan city, which my character is from Harlem, and the Marvel's character of Ironheart in the comic book series is from Chicago. But now I want to continue on many other things that were also similarities which I saw. And so the big grand thing was from episode 1 of the MCU's Ironheart to episode 3. And I spoke of some similarities there, which are the hood, which to me, the hood reminded me of my character Death Player, because both are in the MCU version on, at Disney Plus. They both were Hispanic males. They both were nemesis of their characters, which is mine, Death Player, for Delete, and MCU's Ironheart. Her nemesis was the Hood, but they casted a Hispanic male, which is the alter ego of my character. Death Player is an Hispanic male, and they both wear hoods. But that was the gist of it. But it was a lot of similarities there. And I was wondering why, when they announced Ironheart, why the Hood was such a character to be against for Ironheart, because that's an unlikely character for Ironheart to be against from the comic book issues of Ironheart. But in the MCU, I was wondering why. So it had to deal with magic and all this other stuff. So it's kind of that there, which kind of linked magic and technology for the MCU, which I already Delete is all about that from my creation from Originality in 2004. But now I'm kind of doing a little review, but the main part of the review for episodes 4 to 6 is that now they have infused magic and technology with Delete, and the magic was infused with technology with Ironheart, and the magic is infused with Ironheart with a character named Zelma Staten, and she has magical powers and magical knowledge and magical abilities, and so they work together to infuse her armor to have the ability of magic spells or have its armor of magical defense. And basically, when I saw this was a definite similarity of what I was alarmed about when I first heard of the promotion of Ironheart, saying she now has the power of magic and technology, which was a total reminder of my character, and also basically almost my slogan during that time when I came out with Delete was she has the power of magic and technology. Like I've already, if you look at in the part 1 of my series of the similarities, you can see the list of powers that I have given Delete or I have created for Delete. And also you can look at videos prior of Delete. Even before this series I did a standalone series of what Delete was all about. I guess in the first couple of videos that I created for my channel. You can check that out too, and I'm going to be making more of those, and I think better in-depth explanation of Delete's power going forward in future videos. This is where the similarities really come to blows with each other, and from episode 6. And I don't know what it's like going to be going forward, but this is what alarmed me about the character and about the strong similarities that the MCU created this power for this character that was never even hinted before in the comic book title. So the reason why I'm creating the video again is because when I come out with the reboot of my issues of Delete, I don't want anybody thinking that I copied the idea of magic and technology from Ironheart. That is furthest away from the truth ever, because I created Delete in 2004, way before anybody thought of an African American woman having the power of magic and technology. And if you see issues coming out of a character named Delete coming out with the power of magic and technology, do not claim that I'm copying the MCU's character for my character Delete. And that's the furthest way from the truth, and it's possibly could be the opposite. So if you want to really look at the reality of it. But anyhow, I just made this short video. That's the wrap up of part 3 of my similarities of the MCU's character Ironheart compared to my character that I created for Digital Noixe called Delete. But anyhow, that's all I have today. Be careful, stay safe, and take care.